Well, hello there. It's David. Welcome or welcome back to Cross Fitness, helping men and women get in the best spiritual shape of their lives, one workout at a time. Quick thought in this video that I'm calling Handling Difficult Conversations Skillfully. Okay, let me give you an example of that. I was on a church staff some years ago, and I was a pastor, and I was over the business office component of the church, and the administrative assistants and the secretaries were complaining to me privately that there was a volunteer, a young gentleman, very nice guy, who's just to cut to the chase, his breath stunk so bad that they said it's so offensive we can't stand it. Pastor David, you're going to have to do something about it. And so kind of consulted with the lead pastor. He said, handle it. It's like, okay, boss, copy that. So there's four things that I wanted to point out of how I handled that situation that may be helpful to you as you maybe handle a difficult conversation in the future. So the first one is, I would say, handle it quickly. Handle it quickly. And what that says, it says more about me as a leader than it does about the issue at all. Because if I'm reluctant to deal with an issue, if I'm passive about it or timid about it, it doesn't bode well that I'm a good leader. So I guess the next time that he came in, and that leads to the second thing, is that handle it quietly. And so I asked this young man if he, hey, come with me. Let's just find a little private place and get alone. Absolutely not going to do it in front of other people. And it wasn't like, all right, come into my office, hey, close the door, sit down, I've got to talk to you about something. It's like, whoa, dude, what the heck? No, it's like, went to the kitchen, got a drink or some coffee or something, or maybe we sat outside, I don't remember, but I just handled it quietly and privately. So I handled it quickly, I handled it privately, and the third thing is handled it sensitively. And so what I did is, first of all, I thanked him for all his service. I said volunteer. For goodness sake, we're not paying him money, right? Out of the goodness of heart, he's showing up and doing things that I and those I delegated tasks through them to him to do. He was a great volunteer. So I thanked him for that, and I validated him and affirmed him for that. And then I said, look, I just told him the truth. I said, look, there's an issue that's been brought to my attention that, there's an oral issue going on here that you may not be aware of. And I asked him, he said, I am aware of it. He said, I don't know what to do about it. And I said, first of all, I separated the issue from his identity. I said, look, this is probably not your fault. You probably brush your teeth, throw mints in your mouth and all that, but it's not the root cause. And I said, hey, let's figure this out together. Okay. So instead I try to remove any shame from him about it, or, hey dude, just go fix this and come back and volunteer for us. But I said, let's walk together and figure this thing out. And so, and that was the last part of it, is we handled the problem practically. So I said, look, man, let's call a dentist and get his opinion on it. And I called and talked to a dentist, a local dentist, and he said, all he needs is a deep cleaning. So we arranged for him to do that. And I can't remember if the church paid for it or the dentist voluntarily just, did it as an act of benevolence. But he did it. And guess what? It solved the problem. It solved the problem. And this guy smiled all the time. The secretaries were happy. And, it was a win-win thing. And so, I just praise God for that. And the lead pastor was glad he didn't have to handle it, because he hired a guy like me to handle it. So in situations that are complicated or difficult, they need a little bit of skill to it. Here's just some thoughts. Is number one, handle the situation quickly and quietly, very sensitively, as best you can, and then look for practical results that you two can work together to resolve. And try not to shame anybody because they have an issue that may not be their fault at all. So that's what happened with that. It was really awkward, but it had a happy ending. And I wanted to share that with you because, all of us are going to have difficult, sticky, complex, critical critical conversations at one time or another. We need a little bit of skill. So perhaps that'll help you. Okay. Well, for now, I'm David, your virtual mentor, reminding you that I'm always for you. Hey, I'm never against you. Have a blessed day.